There's no place over here to put a wrench. There's no lock for the shaft. If I just try to turn this, there's no way for me to loosen it. So what you will do is you will put the wrench on there, go all the way to the back of the saw, push this piece of wood in here like that, hold it, and then hold the wrench towards it. Make sure it's off. That snap switch right there, down is off, up is on.
Is that most of the like bush shop have?
Lots of shops have that. If not, then you can unplug it, or if it's a bigger saw, it might have a lockout tag out. You can flip it off. Okay. What did you notice about the way I loosened the nut?
You're holding on to the counter.
What else did you notice?
Blade rain. They shake.
Shaking right now.
Is that supposed to tighten it?
If the shaft is going that way and I went this way, it's reverse threaded. I'm going to the right, but it's loosening up. Anybody know why?
Because the way the blade moves.
If the blade starts to slip, it's going to slip backwards, right? The motor's going to be turning forward. Blade's going to slip backwards. I wanted to take this nut and turn it back with it. If the arbor is spinning this way, I want the nut to be spinning in the opposite direction. If I had the regular nut on there and started it up, if it wasn't super tight, this would just loosen up. Remember when I talked about who was just brought that up, about the saw turning backwards? Yeah. If you take a three-phase machine and run it backwards, as soon as you start it up, the blade will loosen up and the nut will fly off. Okay, so it's not righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's
lefty-tighty.
Now, if you have a left tilt saw and all this stuff is on the other side, what do you think it is? It's going to be the opposite, so it's going to be normal. How can I remember this without... Which way do I turn it? If I'm standing at the front of the saw, to loosen the blade, I don't care which way it is, put the wrench in the back, pull it towards you. Loosens it. You want to tighten it, push the wrench away from you. Then you don't have to worry which side it's tilting. Remember? Okay. So I take the nut off. I take this washer off. Don't try to pull them off at the same time. Then I take the blade off. And be careful, blade comes out, you don't want to bang the blade into a lot of stuff, and we'll talk about that in a second. And now the blade is off. What? What in there?
Cartridge.
What kind of cartridge?
When you change a blade on a saw stock, depending on which way you use, there's a cartridge that has to change.
Cartridge? What kind of cartridge? I don't understand the terminology for this blade.
It looks like a printer cartridge, but it's for blades. And you also change it depending on whether you're using a data blade or not.
But what's the cartridge do? What kind of saw? Oh, saw stock. Oh, this is not a saw stock. No cartridge, nothing. No safety that stops the blade. Most shops are not going to have saw stops. It's one company that's been around for 15 or 20 years versus 100 years or 70, 90, 80 years of these saws. And multiple companies. Most saws are not going to have that technology out. We are not at a place where it's been required. Don't bang it into anything. Put it on the arbor, take the washer goes like this. when you are changing the blade, make sure that you don't have the dust collector running.
Why not?
Because if you drop this, the dust collector might be strong enough to pull this and suck it up in the dust collector. If you want to go looking for this or that in that full of dust, you're welcome to do it. And somebody will make you do it. You'll say, well, just get another note. And I'll say, this stuff's been around here for 20 years. Why should I go buy a new one?
Go over the entry-level guy and
find it. And it's really difficult to find. It's even difficult to find when you fall down. It's harder because your hand's got to go way down here. Go like that, and then I'm going to turn it which way? I'm going to turn it backwards away from me.
you put it back, so when you changing it, you putting the stuff back and you got to turn it that way?
You got to turn it away from you. So, you don't need the block when you're tightening it. Yes, it is going to turn.
Did I lock it already?
No.
So how you going to...
So what you're going to do is, I don't care if you're left-handed or right-handed, I'm going to grab the blade with my right hand. I'm going to hold the wrench with my left hand. I'm going to push away. When I can't hold on to this anymore with my right hand, when it feels like it's going to spin out, that's tight enough. It's only going to tighten up more. You don't have to super tighten it. You don't have to get pipes on here and pliers, because if you do that, it'll get so tight that you'll never get it off. And that's good enough. As long as it's not flopping around, it's just snug, that's fine. Okay. This is called the throat plate. It goes on around the blade and covers up that hole. If you open that drawer, that open both doors and open that drawer.
First one or second one?
First one. See all those white throat plates? Pull those all out.
Wooden.
Not the red ones. The red ones are for other saws. This is the one that comes with the saw. These are aftermarket throat plates.
That looks bad.
No. No, we bought them. We bought them.
But these are made out of wood, right?
They're made out of MDF with a melamine on it. It comes not cut. It comes solid.
Always
Right.
those for?
Because they go on, and what do?
They go closer to the blade.
They go closer to the blade, called a zero clearance throat plate. What does that do for me?
Zero clearance. That means it doesn't turn this? Or it does?
It does.
Can't tell.
No, it doesn't. It
What
doesn't
does
tilt it.
What,
Right?
you can't tilt
Can't
with
tilt.
it.
That's what I was saying.
But what does it do for me? Why being closer to the blade is better?
You get a finer cut?
Because if you're cutting a piece of wood that's
First reason is, why do we back up the board when we're drilling through it? Why do we back up the board when we're drilling through all the way through a board? So it won't blow out. The chipping happens at the bottom of the cut when the blade is going down. So if I keep the space around it smaller than this, I'm going to get less chipping. So that's the real reason that it's there, to have less chipping. Then also it works if I'm cutting very narrow pieces that would fall down in between the blade and the throat plate. I'll bring this blade down a little bit. So if I'm cutting boards and I'm cutting little tiny pieces like a bunch of those, I'll put this on so pieces don't fall down in there. Generally when a piece falls down in there, the tip of the blade catches it and then it's very quickly stands straight up like that. And it gets flung down inside the saw. That can be disconcerting if you're standing right here and all of a sudden it comes straight up at your face.
That's not good.
Okay? Curve splitter. Remember we said that wood has tension in it, or compression wood. You're going to find out that you can take a board, say you have a board like one of those poplar boards, and you want to rip it, cut it long ways. The board is nice and straight, it's been jointed and planed, and it all looks fine. Then you take it and you split it in half. As you split it in half, the two ends of the board go like this and go apart, or the two ends of the board collapse together, because this side of the board and that side of the board were in equilibrium because they were in one board. It could be that this side of the board really wants to go that way, and that side of the board wants to go that way, and once you cut it up, they do that. Spread apart. I've seen boards go through saws and be 8 feet long, and by the time you get to the end, the pieces are 6, 8 inches apart. The board just goes like that.